across the country, developers, analysts have high expectations for Google I/O. Google will hold on Wednesday and Thursday its largest event of the year for external developers, a constituency that it views as critically important as the health of its business and online services. About 3,500 developers will attend Google I/O in San Francisco's Moscone Center, where speakers from Google and other companies will participate in more than 80 sessions and 100 technical demos. However, the second annual edition of I/O still finds Google in a weaker position with developers than competitors like Facebook and Microsoft, say Ray Valdez, a Gartner analyst. Google has been successful in attracting a wide range of developers for a few very narrow scope areas like Google Maps. See, Google Maps is definitely the one you have to look at, and Google Earth. They want iPhone apps. They want every single piece of this country mapped, photographed, and taped. Just go there. I mean, in Loose Change Second Edition, when Dylan used Google Earth, it was still in pretty much a beta format. It was new. It looked cool. Hey, this is neat. But now it has gotten to another level. And now that the census is going and GPSing all these homes, you can bet it's only going to get bigger and bigger, and the control grid will continue to expand. And if we don't step up, there's going to be a camera on every street. There's going to be a red jacket on every corner, all in the name of the Lord Obama and the New World Order. We'll be back after this. It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm Jason Burma sitting in. We're going to be going to Delton, Mike, and more after this. All right, I want to thank the final sponsor of the day. And then in the next segment, we're going to have Jim Newcomer of Midas Resources come on and tell you about the great deals they have in gold and silver, precious metals. I mean, as gold shoots up. And I really have to make this analogy again. When I started listening to Alex Jones, when I got beyond just 9/11 Truth and I had come across his documentaries and I was listening to him on the radio, gold was being sold between somewhere $2.75 an ounce and $3.30 an ounce. It's now, it's at its low point, $8.90, $8.80. At its high point, $9.65, $9.75. It's gotten to over 1,000. It's literally more than tripled in value in 6 years. Think of any other investment out there, folks, that has done the same. You can't find one. I promise you that. eFoodsDirect.com. eFoodsDirect.com. Okay, so we don't have to remind you that you need food to survive. Our biggest sponsor, eFoodsDirect.com, is the longest continually operating storable foods company in the country. They also happen to be true patriots and have supported the freedom movement for years and years. With the looming food shortages in current economy, it is imperative that you make sure your family is prepared with non-GMO, good, clean, storable foods. eFoodsDirect.com, 1-800-409-5633, 1-800-409-5633. All right, let's go to a couple of these callers. Let's go to Delton in Detroit. You're on the air.
Hey,
yes,
Jason, how are you? Great job.
I'm all right.
Doing. And, hey, Alex, why don't you turn off your radio and go fishing, man?
You know what? Hey, show's almost over, 34 minutes. Hopefully he'll be out on the beach with the kids or, strolling down the highway. He deserves a break. I mean, he is a family man, for God's sakes. And, I think he's the only one in the office that's really here more than I am. I'm a slave to my job. I don't know. Rob Dew's here a lot, too. He's been coming in late nights. I mean, there are a lot of dedicated people here, but there's no one dedicated like Alex Jones.
Hard. I don't know how his family puts up with him, though. They must love his country. And have you ever had James Wesley Rawls on the show? He's the author of the book Patriots, Surviving the Economic Collapse.
And that does sound familiar. Blog. I think Jones has had him on. I know I haven't had him on, but I can't keep up over every show in the past 3 years. I'll look into it, but I'm almost 100% positive Jones has him on the program before.
You do great with guests. I'd love to hear him on your show. But it's a great book, everyone, to get. It's written in a novel format, but it's a guide, and it gives great equipment that everybody should have in their groups of 5, and their families of 5 that want to survive in rough times. And I was wondering if you could touch on if you heard about Geithner over in China, because China's really upset about the printing frenzy going on over at the Federal Reserve.
Well, I know that China's been openly talking about dumping the dollar, and I was aware that Geithner was going over there for a couple days to have a conference with Chinese leaders. I had not seen any mainstream media covering that conference and what has been said, but China's obviously very upset. Russia has dropped the dollar as its reserve currency. Apparently, they're using rubles. Brazil is in line to do the same. Peter Schiff is out there saying, basically what Lindsey Williams said on my program now almost 2 months ago, that the dollar is completely going to go under. I don't know if that's true, but it's certainly a possibility with it being dropped as the world reserve currency.
Okay. Are they part of, would you consider the movement toward the New World Order? Or
I'll tell you what, Putin is a total establishment, total KGB. Okay. There's warring sects, Putin doesn't want to see Russia be a second world nation in the New World Order. He wants to see Russia be a first world nation in the New World Order. And, Putin's been around a long time. You look at some 1980s photographs when he was in the KGB, he's sitting there posing as a photographer as Reagan and Gorbachev have a photo op with a little boy. That's how they embed these guys. And then later on, through his ruthlessness, he rises to the top. He's well aware of a plan for, a global government. He's part of that. But at the same time, he wants his role not to be squelched by NATO, not to be coerced. He's not happy that Georgia, sneak attacks South Ossetia while they're running drills with Israel and the United States. And then all of a sudden he has to stop the murdering. And everybody says, Russia attacked Georgia, Russia attacked Georgia. I'm sure he's not happy about that. But at the same time, while that's going on, who's he sitting next to at the Olympics? Oh, it's GW. So something's going on there. These are the heads of criminal cartel families that don't want to jeopardize, the big cartel, the big crime organization, but still are vying for top spots. I thank you for the call, Dalton. Newcomer on the other side, Midas Resources. I'm Jason Burmis. This is the Alex Jones Show. The latest information over at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.tv.